DNA is a biological molecule. Similar to other biological molecules, it has its own basic unit, which is the nucleotide. Nucleotides are the basic units of DNA. Each nucleotide consists of a phosphate group, a sugar with 5 carbon atoms, and a base. The base is a variable molecule, meaning it can be one of the 4 possible molecules: adenine, thymine, cytosine, or guanine. These are often depicted as A, T, C, and G, respectively. Many of these nucleotides form a DNA molecule. Just like many amino acids form a polypeptide, many nucleotides bond together to form a strand of polynucleotide. 2 strands of antiparallel polynucleotides bond together with numerous hydrogen bonds to form a DNA molecule. Antiparallel simply means that the complementary strand runs in the opposite direction or is upside down, as illustrated in the diagram. The 2 strands twist, forming a double helix, with the sugar and phosphate serving as the backbone of the DNA molecule. You may notice that A always pairs with T, while C always pairs with G. This is known as complementary base pairing. Complementarity is important to ensure that there are 2 copies of one's DNA. In summary, a single unit of DNA is a nucleotide, which consists of a phosphate group, a 5-carbon sugar, and one of the 4 bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, or guanine. Many single nucleotides covalently bond to form a polynucleotide. DNA is a molecule composed of 2 antiparallel polynucleotide chains, forming a double helix. Sugar and phosphate serve as the sugar-phosphate backbone of the double helix. The bases of the 2 complementary polynucleotide strands are bonded by hydrogen bonds, with adenine complementary to thymine and cytosine complementary to guanine. In body cells, these DNA molecules coil around protein molecules, eventually forming chromosomes. DNA coils around the protein histone to form chromatin, which you learned about in Chapter 1. Most of the day, DNA actually hangs around in this form. It is only during cell division that chromatin fibers will replicate, condense, or fold into chromosomes. You may notice that there are patches on chromosomes. These represent genes. A gene is a sequence of nucleotides in a DNA molecule, or a chromosome that codes for a polypeptide. A gene is also a unit of inheritance, meaning it is something inherited or passed down from one's parents. This will be further explained in the unit on inheritance. So, how does DNA code for polypeptides? Your genome, or all your 46 chromosomes together, is like an instruction manual for building you. The nucleotides in DNA are like simplified Chinese characters. When the nucleolus of the cell receives a signal that it needs more of a protein, the gene for that protein is transcribed into mRNA, which is single-stranded. mRNA is like traditional Chinese characters. Finally, the ribosome, which we learned about in Chapter 1, will translate the mRNA into a polypeptide. This is like translating traditional Chinese into another language, as it involves chaining amino acids together based on the code of nucleic acids.